In Jodhpur, an elderly woman walking down the street encountered a stray bull. Startled, she tried to move away, but the animal suddenly charged. This incident highlights how unpredictable stray animals can be. Staying aware, avoiding distractions like phones, and noticing surroundings can provide crucial reaction time. Local authorities also play a key role through proper animal control, regular monitoring, and awareness campaigns to reduce human-animal conflicts. On a busy street, an elderly woman was crossing the road at a calm pace while vehicles moved behind her. A fast-approaching car failed to notice her in time and struck her from behind, alarming nearby pedestrians. This incident shows how vulnerable pedestrians are when drivers fail to slow down. Drivers must reduce speed near crosswalks and stay alert. Pedestrians, especially seniors, should take their time and cross only when safe. Shared roads require attention from everyone. At a gateless railway crossing, a woman on a scooter attempted to cross the tracks while a train was approaching. Her scooter made contact with the train and was pushed along the tracks before stopping. Gateless crossings are especially dangerous because there are no barriers to warn road users. It's crucial to stop, check both directions, and proceed only when the tracks are completely clear. Trains cannot stop quickly, and even a small misjudgment can lead to serious accidents. On a busy highway, a driver stopped in the left lane to change a tire. While the car was stationary, another vehicle approached at high speed and crashed into it. This highlights a vital safety rule. Never stop in an active lane unless absolutely unavoidable. Whenever possible, move the vehicle onto the shoulder, turn on hazard lights, and place reflective warning triangles. Wearing bright or reflective clothing increases visibility. Stopping in traffic without precautions puts everyone at risk. A worker inspecting an area near a garbage truck was caught in a dangerous spot as the hydraulic lift began raising the collection bucket. Standing too close to the moving mechanism, the worker was struck as the equipment continued its cycle. This incident reminds workers to maintain clear safety zones around garbage trucks and all hydraulic machinery. Communication between operators and ground workers is essential. No one should stand near lift arms or dumping paths during operation. At a level crossing in Siwanduji, the warning system was fully active, lights flashing, alarms ringing, and half barriers lowered. Vehicles were waiting for the train to pass. Despite every indication to stop, a delivery van approached from behind and made a reckless decision. The driver swerved around the lowered barriers, overtook the waiting cars, and drove straight onto the tracks, even attempting to turn across the rails while a train was rapidly approaching. The locomotive crew had to react immediately, and rail traffic was diverted to a single track, causing delays for many passengers. Authorities released the footage to show how one illegal move can endanger lives, damage equipment, and disrupt an entire rail network. The message is simple. Railway signals are strict safety instructions. When lights flash and barriers are down, drivers must wait. Trains are fast, heavy, and cannot stop quickly. Respecting signals may take a few extra seconds, but prevents accidents, delays, and unnecessary risk. A delivery worker had just finished a drop-off and went to the back of his truck to tidy up. As he leaned inside to place the remote control, he unknowingly pressed the tailgate closing button. The hydraulic door began lowering automatically while he was still bent forward. With barely any time to react, the heavy tailgate continued its downward motion. This incident stresses the need for careful control placement, clear labeling, and proper handling of remotes. Workers should avoid leaning into cargo areas while holding any active switch. Hydraulic systems should always be operated from a secure position with a clear view of the moving parts. Regular checks and thoughtful equipment design can prevent dangerous accidental activations. Along a busy road, a street vendor was pushing his trolley through moving traffic. Everything seemed normal until a loose truck tire flew off a vehicle further ahead. With almost no warning, the rolling tire hit the vendor from behind and then continued bouncing down the street. The scene showed how a single unsecured vehicle part can become a serious threat in crowded areas. This highlights the importance of proper vehicle maintenance, especially securing wheels, axles, and bolts. For vendors and pedestrians working close to traffic, staying alert and keeping distance from active lanes can reduce the risk of sudden accidents. In the village of Meteran, a high-speed passenger train was passing through a level crossing just as a large fruit truck approached. At first, the crossing seemed clear, and the truck entered the area with no sign of an incoming train. But as the driver moved forward, the safety barriers dropped on both sides, trapping the vehicle across the tracks. With alarms sounding and limited space to maneuver, the driver attempted to reposition the lorry, but part of the trailer still remained on the rails. The driver tried to break through the barrier, but before he could escape, the fast-moving train slammed into the trailer, scattering fruit everywhere. Several people inside the lorry sustained injuries, and the train was forced to halt further down the track. A section of rail later needed replacement. Authorities later shared CCTV footage as a safety reminder, showing how quickly things can go wrong when a crossing isn't cleared in time. Officials emphasized that if a vehicle becomes stuck between closing barriers, the safest move is to drive through the barrier arm. They are built to break. Staying on the tracks is far more dangerous. Paying attention to signals and understanding railway crossing procedures can prevent incidents like this. A parachute performer was carrying out a routine display above open water when something suddenly went wrong. As he descended, a section of his lines twisted together, causing the canopy to wobble and lose balance. The spin and increasing drop speed made the situation hard to manage, and he began falling faster than planned. Even with the malfunction, he stayed composed. Just before reaching a dangerously low height, he activated his reserve chute. The backup parachute deployed perfectly, slowed his fall, and allowed him to steer toward the sea. He touched down safely in the water. The incident is a reminder that aerial shows come with real risks, and emergency training is essential. Parachuting depends on solid preparation, regular gear checks, and proper response when something unexpected happens. Line tangles can occur from wind, sudden movement, or equipment shifts, but knowing how to react can save a life.